Hey everyone, it's me, Lisa, and today is Friday. Happy Friday. Today I'm going to show you the things that I got this week. I did not order, actually I have a Sephora order coming today, and I ordered that. I ordered 2 other shades of the new NARS foundation. They're coming today. I don't know why it took so long. That's fine because I wanted to show you the foundation that I have on today and that I had on in yesterday's video. But before I forget, I want to tell you the cutest story. Remember yesterday when I was telling you that when I was talking to my mom on the phone, my niece was there. My mom kept her all day yesterday. So when I got through with my video and I got through editing, I always take like a lunch break and go out for a little bit. So I stopped by my mom's to see her and my niece. My dad was out, and my mom had taken my niece to the dollar store, and it was so sweet. She had everyone presents. She had us each a Halloween card, and then she had me a little box with a lip gloss and just all of us candy. She got Wheel of Puzzle. I can't remember what she got Brooke right now. I think a bracelet, but it was just so sweet. She was so happy, to give it to us. And so then we were sitting up at my mom's bar, the counter where I always sit, and she was sitting beside me, and she said, "You know what, Aunt Lisa?" And my mom was across from her, and I was beside her. She said, "Today in the dollar store, I felt invisible." And we both started laughing. I said, "You did?" I said, "You felt like no one could see you?" And she said, "Mm-hmm." I just thought that was the cutest story. We just, went on with it. But it just goes to show they soak up every little thing you say. And it was just precious. Moments like that are just priceless. And when I left there, I was thinking, when you are around a child like that, it is like putting your body on a charger. It is just like charges up your happiness and everything. I love it. There is just nothing like children. They're just it. And then I don't want to forget to tell you the winner of the Laura Mercier little Olivia Colpo kit from last week. Chanel's trying to make her way over here. And we've got the lawn people here. Usually they come on Thursday, but this week they're coming a day later. I think because last week messed him up. Hold on just a second. Makeup Junkie 325. Makeup Junkie 325. It reminds me of bingo. Did you guys play bingo when you were little? When we used to go to the beach with my grandmother, we played old school bingo. And the prizes were homemade desserts. So on the table, it would be just like, oh gosh, big chocolate cakes, chocolate chip cookies, cupcakes, lots of cupcakes, just all kinds of stuff. And then there were a few little lame things, like some people would bring a watermelon or something like that. But mostly, because it was a lot of the older people, and they would really take pride in what they brought, and just, oh my gosh, just some good stuff. So when we were staying down there, everybody would bring their winnings out, and I'll share them. And just the cards were kind of leathery and had that little thing that you turned over, and the bingo thing was one of these, and this goes to show you, sometimes I would be so shy I wouldn't even want to say bingo, but my grandmother would make me. And that's just another thing you have to do when you're an adult. You have to make your kids do stuff, and it's hard, but it's worth it. Okay, so Makeup Junkie 325, you are the winner. And this week, I'm going to give away one of these Big O key rings. I'm trying to think which one. You know what? I might just give them both away. Let's give one of them away this week, and then maybe one away next week. So let's do this one, the Python O-Venture key ring. It is, I will never have another key ring. I love them. So this is going to be the prize this week, and I'll announce it next Friday. And all you have to do is you have to be a subscriber, and you have to leave a comment. Doesn't have to be a compliment, just a compliment. Just a comment. So first of all, let me show you a gift that I got this week. Unexpected sales associate Barbara at Bergdorf. You guys have probably heard me talk about her. I have bought many things from her at Bergdorf. Anytime I want anything like a Chanel bag, Chanel shoes, Chanel necklace. What else have I bought from her? The latest thing I think I bought was the two-tone like Chanel shoes. But I've bought a Chanel bag, that one that I bought a long time ago. It was the boy bag, and I ended up selling it. And then I've gotten a Chanel necklace from her. Anyway, lots of stuff from her, and so we've formed kind of a relationship. And I want to show you the latest bag I've been looking at. I'll put pictures up here. I've been asking her, and they've got it at Bergdorf, and just see what you think about it. So I'll put those pictures in here. But she loves this fragrance, and she sent it to me as a gift. And oh my goodness. This is the Tom Ford Rose Prick. I love the play on words. But anyway, because, you know, they have kind of edgy, you know, things like this. Anyway, not only is the bottle just so gorgeous, the simplicity of it, yet the color. And when I got it, I thought, oh no, sometimes I don't like rose scents. There just has to be, I don't like them. Sometimes they're just too powdery and they almost have that bathroom, like that bathroom soap scent. This is amazing. I have it on now. The first thing I did was, you know, like spray it in the air just to make sure. And it gives you that feeling. I was thinking this morning, how can I describe this? Because, let me look up the notes again. I looked it up because I was like, this isn't your typical. Inspired by Tom Ford's private rose garden, Rose Prick is a wild bouquet of beautiful breeds of roses, Damai, Turkish, and Bulgarian rose. It also has notes of patchouli, Sichuan pepper to make it a unique rose fragrance. So I think it's the patchouli in there that I just love so much, and the pepper makes it just a little different too. It is just gorgeous. So thank you, Barbara, so much. I'm going to put her number down below because she is a great resource for those of you that like designer things. If not, it's okay. But I know a lot of us do. She is wonderful because she's in the Chanel department, I believe, but she can get you anything. Any makeup, like what I'm getting ready to show you, any fragrance, anything. I check with her first, and she ships overnight. It is just like so fast. So just wanted to tell you about this because it's amazing. And scents like this are even better in the wintertime, you know, when you just, I don't know, there's just something about that brisk air and a good fragrance like this. Okay, so let's get on with the makeup and the foundation that I wore yesterday, and I have it on today. Okay, so it is the new, one of my subscribers, Lisa, asked me if I had tried this, and I had not heard of it. And I know several people have already reviewed it, and I watched a few of the people that you know, when you watch the same person review foundations, you know what they like, and you know how to gauge how you're going to like it, and I hope that you have that with me. I'm going to give you my opinion and my favorite way to apply it, and it is the Les Beiges Healthy Glow Foundation, Hydration, and Longwear. Okay, we know that hydration and longwear usually do not go together, but I will hand it to them. This foundation lasts. Now, I don't wear mine. I know some of you are nurses, teachers, especially those of you that are having to wear a mask all day. You need something to last. I'm going to show you something else that you might like too. I wear mine from I put on my makeup usually about 9 o'clock in the morning, and I take it off about between 6 and 7 at night, and it looked good. It might have been just a little bit worn off in the typical places, but that is because I've got fall allergies, of course. And even though I inspected it really good last night, even though it had worn off in a few places, it was in a nice way. It wasn't like in a patchy orange way like some of them do. I can't remember what the last one is that does that. CC cream can do that to me. It can wear off like crazy looking. I got the color BD41. Now, I did hear someone say that this oxidizes, which means it gets darker when it's exposed to the air, and I think that may be true. I asked my mom what she thought about it, and she looked at it, she said, well, it looks pretty. It looks good, healthy. She said, is it a little darker than you usually wear? And I said, well, I think it is. It has a little bit more of that darker tone, like the orangier tone. And that's because I did get the BD, which is going to be the warmer tone. Don't know. Let me tell you the rest of it. I don't know if I'm going to order another one. I really like it. I'm going to put some pictures up here. I'm sure you've seen these, but one of them is the Paula's Choice video that comes on before a lot of videos that we watch. I meant ad, Paula's Choice ad. And I think they did the best job with those women. Their skin looks good. Their makeup looks good, but they are realistic. They're not 20 years old. I really think that they did a good job. I think it's the Niacinamide is the one that I'm thinking of. And then I saw another ad on the H&M site that I thought, look at them showing mature people, Those two pictures, if you like that look, then you will love this. It just seems to, I hope that I'm able to zoom in with my camera and show you real good. But it really does give you like a healthy glow, but you can see that you can still see some of my imperfections through it. Okay, now as far as the coverage and the color, I am not wearing any concealer at all. If I were to go in with my Dior 1.5 neutral that I love so much and do some, places under my eyes and do a little dot here, a little dot here, and a dot here, and dot here, it would totally change the look. It would probably be the right color. The reason I haven't been using concealer is because with my Estee Lauder Double Wear, I don't need to. All I do is set under my eyes with my Laura Mercier Translucent. And between setting that and getting that coverage that the Laura Mercier gives you with a damp sponge, the Colleen Rothschild sponge, I don't need it. So here's the question. Is it worth it to me to make this work by using a concealer, or do I stick with my Estee Lauder? So that is the question. So what I'm going to do before I make that, because it doesn't have as much coverage. So I'm either going to, for the color and the coverage, I feel like I need a little something underneath my eyes. So that is what I'm going to be playing around with. But I think this is, I would say 75% of you would love this. The trick is going to be getting your right color. If you are typically my color and you think this is just a little bit too dark, I mean, keep in mind I have on the YSL All Over Glow and the Butter Bronzer. Get the BD31. That's what I would get, and I might still do it just because we have to know, and maybe mix those two. That might be perfect, but beautiful. Definitely has the Chanel scent, but I love Chanel scent. It doesn't last. It has the pump. Oh, I love it. I love it. That was one thing I was thinking when I was walking around smelling my, oh my gosh, my Tom Ford fragrance. It just gives me butterflies. It smells, do you know the feeling of walking in those big department stores and it's like the makeup section and you smell those fragrances and the lights and all of the stuff, that excited feeling? That's how that fragrance smells. It just gives you that beautiful, dressed up, excited feeling. Okay, and then the next thing I tried this week that was very interesting, I'm so glad I got this. It's the Hydro Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Set and Refresh Spray. So basically what it is the liquid version of the Hydro Grip primer, which is one of my favorites, and even Brooke said she had been coming in my room and using mine. She likes it. It is, I would say, it's like literally the liquid version. You do have to shake it. And what I've been doing is spraying my face. It has a decent spray. Let me spray to show you. Like that. And that will dry. So that's good because you'll get to see. I think I had forgotten to spray after I put it on, to be honest with you. But I did spray. This is what I've been using instead of a primer. I've been generously spraying my face because then I have my robe on and my hair's up. I think it works. I think this might be a lot of the reason the Chanel hung on so long. And I really like it. So if you are someone who thinks you might want to try this, I think it's worth a try. And it's easy. You know what I mean? It's just so easy to do this for a primer. So loving that. Glad I tried it. Oh, and I ordered my foundation through Chanel. And it's just, when you order from Chanel, I think they do FedEx 2-day shipping. And they always have it wrapped. So pretty. You get a Chanel box. So when I ordered the foundation, I thought, well, I want to order one more thing. So they had this, and it's new. And I'm so thankful that I did not tell you what I thought about this yesterday. Because my first impression was, wow, wow, wow on the color. The color could not be more us. If you are the peachy, light peachy, nude lover, I mean, it just couldn't be any better. It's called Chic Beige, and it's number 164, and it's one of their long-lasting ultra wear liquid lip color. These are phenomenal. I mean, I don't know if anything really compares to these. I don't know if I've tried anything at all. Do not think that the Revlon is a dupe. It's not. I tried that. Or the L'Oreal. There's nothing like them. I've tried it. And so what you do is you put the lip color on first, and it's not like a liquid lip. It's not opaque. Can you see that, how pretty it is? And yesterday when I put it on, my first thought was, oh my gosh, it's so pretty. But then I put it on at John's sink, which has regular lights. And then I walked over to my sink, which I have those makeup lights, which I love from Amazon. And they just give you a more in-depth look. And I could see every little dry patch on my lips. I had already let it dry. And I thought, well, I'm just going to wear it today, and I'll be able to tell them what I think. So I put another coat on, and then so I'm going to wait for this to dry. Then you take this side, which has just like a clear gloss, and let me wait just a minute and let this dry. Okay, so I think it's dry, so that's what it looks like. Isn't it beautiful? Okay, now let's put the gloss over it. And it looks like that. It looks exactly like what I have on. Now, I love a lip liner look, so I've been so into the Charlotte Tilbury Iconic Nude. And so that's what I have on. And it still has the glossy feeling. It's not sticky. And yesterday, this sucker was on even after I ate my lunch and used a straw to drink and everything. So I think this is so worth it. And so if you order one, go ahead and order both of them because I think you'll love it. So I need to tell you about today. Okay, so last night and today, I didn't use a lip scrub or anything. I just used my washcloth when I washed my face and just made sure all that loose, skin was off of my lips, and it was perfect today. So let me look in the mirror here. See what? Yep, not one bit of flaky skin or anything. And when I put it on, I have really liney and creasy lips, so I kind of do like that and make sure I get the color in. But it is so pretty, so pretty. Okay, I'm gonna show you just a few things of PR today that I've gotten this week, just because I don't have that much other stuff to show you. And this is one of them. I could not believe they contacted me. It was Lumify. And they wanted to send me a little something, so they sent me a new bottle of Lumify drops. I use these every day, and I love them. I put them in before. It's part of one of these days I'm going to do my morning routine video, and just how important that is and how it's helped me. And part of my routine, as soon as I go back, turn my lights on, I put these in my eyes before I put my one contact in. And it just makes the biggest difference. I really think it just makes your makeup look better, and I feel like it's a youthful thing. They just sent me just a little something to help brighten your day, and I just thought this was sweet. They sent 101 tiny changes to brighten your day. And I don't know how to pronounce that name, so I will not even try. But it's a whole book of just little things, like number 65, clean one room in your house for 5 minutes. One of the best quick fixes for when you feel your life is spiraling out of control is tidying something small. Wipe down the surfaces or put away the clean clothes that have piled up in your bedroom. And like, here's another one, number 64. Pack your lunch the day before. Think about how delicious it will be and feel compassion towards those looking after your needs. Just, I think, a really cool book. And I told you I'm going to do my skincare video. Maybe, I don't know if I'll post any videos this weekend, but I'll probably will do some. Just keep looking to see if I have. Wander Beauty sent me this little box of goodies. They sent me the Lip Retreat Oil, the Glow Ahead Illuminating Face Oil, the Dive In Moisturizer Cream, Minimum Effort, Maximum Results. Apply a small pea-sized amount onto clean face and gently massage. Can be used each morning and night. So a good just general moisturizer. And Mist Connection, Essence and Toner. And the card that came with it, this is Skincare 101, Niacinamide, which I have a niacinamide serum in my favorites that I really think, that's one I had been kind of sleeping on. I had never been really into the niacinamide, but I really think it does help your skin. And they say it's a form of B3 that works with the natural functions of your skin to help deliver a variety of benefits. Treats hyperpigmentation, reduces the appearance of wrinkles, fine lines, and pores, helps retain skin moisture, promotes healing, regulates oil production, and reduces inflammation, strengthens skin barrier. Okay, so all of these are in their niacinamide line. Okay. Very interesting. So I will try these and let you know if any of them impress me. Now, speaking of impressing me, I have worn this every day. Today I tried to use I was thinking I want to use every one of them. So the ones I had not used were like this little corner with the gold. And so that's what I did today. And it's a little dark for me. After I did my makeup, I was like, ooh, this is going to be a good day to do an edgy look. I used this little side. The past couple of videos, I've been using the mattes. Just, I mean, beautiful. One of the prettiest palettes I've ever used. Now, with that said, never watch my videos and spend money that you don't have on something like this. I hate it when I say it's life-changing. It's just, if you enjoy makeup and you could use a good palette, this is a beautiful palette. Okay, look how good that still looks, how glossy it still looks, and even after you blot it, see how good it still looks? Now let me see. If I rub it, it's still leaving the color on. It is just, they're good. And if you don't like the light colors, there's lots of good ones. I can't remember if I can remember the other one. There's another nude one that I really like too, but this is just like right up my alley. Okay, I'll be right back with my outfit of the day. Okay, so can you see me? I brightened my camera up a little bit because of course we don't have any sun anymore, but okay, regular jewelry. And this, if you remember my Oliver try-on, this is one of my t-shirts. I love it. I love it. I love the look of it, and I love the fit, and it's one of those like you've had for years and years and years. And then I wanted to go ahead and go with the Rocker Chick. So these are the Levi's, I believe they're the 501 skinnies, and they're a little bit big for me. They'll end up, by the end of the day, after I drive and stuff, they will stretch out, but I still love them, and I felt like they might go with the look. And then these shoes, you guys, I don't think I've told you about them enough. They are so comfortable, and I love the look. They have a little bit, see how the heel, I'll take it off and show it to you, but just awesome shoes. And then look how the bag goes perfectly with it. Okay, so I wanted to show you these two, my Uggs. I've got these back out. So worth the money. I love these. Later, I might go and get a pedicure. This is something that I would wear, of course, or my flip-flops. But this is like my wintertime flip-flop because they have a true shoe sole. You know what I mean? But they're still warm. The shoes that I have on now are these. They're Vince Camuto. And see how they have a cool heel and they have a little bit of that squared off toe, and they're easy to wear because of the fact that they come up high, and then they have the, you know, I love a sling back. They're just really cool shoes, really comfortable too. And then I don't have any earrings, but I did put on one of my Dean Davidson Plaza rings. And this is the one, I think this is my only one that's not gold, but isn't that gorgeous? I'm not sure of the stone, and I don't know that he still has this, but if he does, I'll put it down below. Still Chanel Vamp, and getting my hair done on Monday, and I need some damage. My roots need some highlights or something, because I think last night I put on too much. I love that Wow curl spray, and I think I got carried away because I just washed it last night and it is like oily feeling. So I think I sabotaged myself, but that's okay. So I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Please don't forget to subscribe and share me with your friends. And I will see you, if I don't see you this weekend, I will see you on Monday. Bye-bye.